The inner mechanisms of my mind are an enigma. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Aren't you just happy that I'm putting myself through this? This is Nightmare Fuel. And if you enjoy this, let me know, because maybe I'll do it again. Maybe not. But since it's the spookiest time of year, I'm going to put myself through a little bit of torture and talk about the things that scare me. Because even though I write scary stories and watch horror movies religiously, I do get scared, believe it or not. And I'm bringing you with me because, dang it, it's October and I'm going to make you scared. So get comfy, get yourself a snacky and a drinky and a sippy bottle because you might spill. Because tonight, I am taking you through 5 things on the internet that make me shiver me timbers, or at least, not go to sleep at night properly. So, it's technically not each of these is one thing. Some of them are one video or one particular thing, but some of these are more of a vague thing. But I'm going to give you practical examples of what I'm talking about. So, let's dive into the first Nightmare Fuel. So, I mean, unsurprisingly, animatronics kind of, sort of freak me out. Now, I like me animatronics. I go to, the Spirit Halloween stores. I like going to Disney and Universal and all that stuff. I'm a big theme park guy. But that doesn't excuse the fact that some animatronics are just straight up nightmare fuel, hence the name of this video. Hi, thanks for watching. But yeah, some of them are not pretty. And the first one that really solidified this to me is the Tara the Android from I Feel Fantastic. Obviously, if you've been on YouTube at all, you've probably seen this freaky video, but I love Tara. She's so cute. I do not like that. In fact, when I was a kid, I thought that I would wake up in the middle of the night and look down the hallway and see that android standing in the dark, and I would probably pee my pants. And, I mean, you probably would too, let's face it, if you saw that standing in your house. But I thought Tara was the worst of it, but no, it gets worse, because let me introduce you to Singing Sam, the Gorilla Man.
All around the top of the monkey takes the wheel, the monkey catches all of them, up goes the wheel, a penny goes to the grass, that's the way the money goes, up goes the wheel.
Yeah. So, Sam is from a place called Wall Drug, which is kind of like this off-road tourist destination where they have little animatronics, and Sam here was one of the esteemed animatronics that made it into the lineup. Now, of course, Sam was replaced because he was deemed terrifying, and for good measure, though part of me likes this thing for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's just that little smile he's got, that little innocence, that I don't know. I feel like Sam and I would get along. If I just sat on that piano bench with him and played a little jam, I'm sure we could be, a couple of cool dudes. But he's gone now, and I'm kind of glad about that. Let's move on. So, kind of out of the same vein, Submechanophobia was this thing that really took off this year, which involved, it's a weird thing, and you're either gonna understand it completely, or you're gonna be like, what? It's kind of like ASMR, either you get it or you don't. Submechanophobia is the fear of animatronics and water put together. Think of it like you don't want to be in the water when there's some mechanical thing in the water. A good example would be this. Does that unsettle you in some way? Maybe this. If not, I will show you the biggest one that is a no-go for me, which is the sea serpent from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, the Disney ride. Let's just show him. I don't know why, but this thing really freaks me out, and some people have said that it's just cute looking and silly, but I am convinced that this thing is probably the spawn of Satan. And yeah, I'm not feeling the sea serpent here. I'm a Disney fan myself. I appreciate cool animatronics. I appreciate the work put into this thing. But maybe if it was burned, then it would be better. It actually, because the ride is no longer operating today, you can actually see this thing out of the water, and it's a little less terrifying. Still creepy, but the fact that thing was underwater, no. No thanks. And there's more. There's more Submechanophobia. Look it up. I'm not lying. It's a great way to spend your October. Trust me. Up next is Obey the Walrus, which is a video that's been online forever. There's, a creepypasta about it. It's in that kind of world. And it's a bit difficult to explain, but essentially it involves this deformed individual that was actually a part of a, I guess, kind of, dare I say it, erotic movie called The Goddess Bunny, which I don't know if there's some sort of kink for that. I'm not getting into that. But anyways, they took these clips from this movie, The Goddess Bunny, and edited it with this really creepy version of the Itsy Bitsy Spider in Spanish, and said that a cult made it, and you have to obey the Walrus, which is the name of the cult, which is the Walrus. And this video came out online, and every time I watch it gets me. Just, here you go, have fun.
La pequeña araña en un tubo se subió.
Yeah, that's Obey the Walrus, and if you're not going to sleep tonight, I don't blame you. Some people think this video is really funny, and other people think it's terrifying, so it's interesting, the dichotomy between horror and comedy, almost like there's a connection. Have you ever been so freaked out that you laugh, or maybe something seems so funny and innocent, like a clown or a doll or that you get scared? Yeah, there's a correlation. I love Jesus. is a true statement. I am indeed a Christian, although this video, it rubs me in the wrong way, and I think that was probably the intent by Treats for Beasts, a YouTuber that definitely had some religious undertones, or, more likely overtones, to a lot of their cryptic videos. And this one stands out as the absolute most nightmare fuel deserving of them all. In this very brief animated video, we see churchgoers professing their love for Jesus while cutting back to a bloody Jesus on the cross. And then they begin to go into detail about how much they love their Savior. Now, being someone who is a Christian, I understand exactly where this video is coming from. Some people get very creepy when it comes to elaborating their faith. And I get faith is a very important thing for a lot of people, myself included, but I definitely can understand the concerns raised by this YouTuber and probably the reason why he made this animation. Check it out for yourself if you dare.
I love Jesus. He's my dead friend.
I believe my ancestors for him. I want to see endangered animals in his name.
I love Jesus. He's my dead friend.
I believe my ancestors for him. I want to see endangered animals in his name.
I love Jesus. He's my dead friend.
I believe my ancestors for him. I want to see endangered animals in his name.
I love Jesus. He's my dead friend.
I believe my ancestors for him. I want to see endangered animals in his name.
I'm thankful that I do love Jesus, because I need to after seeing that. And finally, I'm wrapping up the Nightmare Fuel with a weird one. And this is unconventional, but every time I think about this, I just feel very grossed out and uncomfortable. Like I need to take my jacket off, but I'm not, because it's kind of cool. But it's a 1989 movie called Meet the Feebles, directed by Peter Jackson. That Peter Jackson who directed the Lord of the Rings trilogy and the one of the more recent King Kong, the one with Jack Black. You probably know him as this very, popular director, but before he did all these big budget movies, he made this movie called Meet the Feebles, which essentially is like the Happy Time Murders that came out a year or two ago with, adult puppets. But there's something that's so off about these puppets to me that just sends my mind into a tizzy. I'll show you what I mean.
The story that rocked the puppet world.
Let the court decide that, shall we?
Garden of love.
Big one, Harry.
No, it can't be. I've taken precaution.
From the director of Bad Taste.
Yippee!
Now, I can't quite explain it because the movie looks like it's entertaining, and perhaps I'll watch it one day, but it just rubs me the wrong way, It's just weird. I don't like it. I don't like the puppets doing this kind of stuff. There's, sensual stuff in the movie. There's murder. The puppets are, doing drugs and stuff. It's weird. I don't expect that from puppets, so maybe it's that uncanny valley effect going in here, but this movie has always rubbed me the wrong way. But that's gonna do it for a little dive into my personal nightmare fuel. If you liked this kind of content, let me know in the comments below, and perhaps I'll make this into a series or continue this discussion of strange things that you can find out there, because oh boy, there's a lot of it. Thank you for watching. Happy Halloween, because it's definitely that time of year, and it makes me appreciate Christmas knowing that we can get all jolly and festive and get to push all of this stuff to the side. Thank you for watching, and if you like scary stuff, subscribe, because I talk about it all year round. Remember, for all things Halloween, this is Hauntformer.